Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I'm Aja A. This is your October tarot forecast. This video is for my water sisters and brothers, Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you feel like what I'm saying in this reading isn't resonating with you, go on and just click out of it. Head down to the description box and check out your moon and or your rising sign. I have that playlist linked down below. We are in a brand new month, so I've got hella videos up that I would like y'all to watch. Excuse me. We started the month with the Aries full moon. We have Mars and Mercury retrograde happening this month, as well as we are still in the middle of the retrograde cluster. Or well, we're towards the end of it, but we got hella planets in retrograde. So I do have a retrograde playlist, the series for 2020, linked down below as well. We start the month with Virgo lunar cycle energy, and then we go into Libra lunar cycle energy in the middle of the month. So check out the Virgo new moon and the Libra new moon videos. Anything else I want to plug y'all before I start giving y'all the tea for October? Yes, since the retrogrades be taking us out and these two retrogrades affect us on a more physical level, I am offering a sale on my retrograde readings. They're usually $40. They are half off for October on Mars and Mercury. You can get the other planets, but those are $40, but Mars and Mercury will be $20 for the month of October. My Etsy shop is linked down below, okay? Support Black businesses, support a Black woman-owned business like SunshinehazeCo. I appreciate it, okay? Now, let's get down to business. It's going to be your typical 4-card spread, looking at the overall energy for the month of October, any challenges or obstacles that you might be facing, Pisces. Because we are dealing with Libra energy for most of the month, we're also going to be looking at where you need to bring in some balance. And then your last card is, a lot going on there. Your last card is the soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? So let's get to it. First card in the spread, Pisces, is you've got Truth Be Told. Let's hit that without the glare. Can you see it? There you go. You got Truth Be Told for the energy of October. And the first thing that I picked up on when I pulled this card was that, Pisces, there is something that you are in or something that you are doing. And I get the sense that you know that you're not supposed to be in it. You know this is not something that you need to be doing. This is not a person that you need to be involved with. This is not a habit that you need to, a thought that you need to be thinking about. These are things that you don't need to be involved in. But because you are Pisces, because you are water, and us water signs, we do get very emotionally invested and attached to everything. It doesn't always have to be a person, okay? Keep that in mind. Because you are a Pisces, whatever it is that you're doing, you're attached. You're emotionally invested in. You've put work in, you've put love in, you've put time in, whatever the case may be. But it's something that you're kind of like, but I like this, but I love this, but I'm comfortable here, right? Now, with the Truth Be Told card coming up here, the message that I'm getting, when I get these heavy emotions, and not heavy, but like when I get these intense emotions while I'm reading, and I keep wanting, like, I want to laugh so bad as I'm reading these cards for you guys. And typically that happens when something is funny. And what's funny is that, Pisces, you already know what I'm talking about. Truth be told, you know. What it is that you're trying to avoid it. And I pick up on the sense that it's because either you're going to feel bad if you have to detach yourself, or you don't necessarily know what life looks like without this particular attachment. Whether that is a job, whether that is a person, a relationship, whether that's a habit, something that you're used to doing, there's just this feeling of, I know this does not serve me anymore, but it served me for so long, I could probably make it serve me in some kind of way, but let me just kick game to you. When you do things, or when you're in situations, when you deal with people, especially karmic situations, when you deal with these things, you're supposed to go in, pick up some energy, do some work, do some growing, progress, ascend into your next chapter, ascend into some new energies. And once you get that stuff, you're supposed to, take your notes and keep it pushing. Now, when you remain in these things, in these energies, in these places, you find yourself in spaces to where things start to get a little rocky. Things start to get a little weird. Sorry, this light, I dropped something on it earlier and now it's like flickering. I promise I'm not trying to give y'all a strobe light effect. But as I was saying, when you, excuse me, when you're in these situations, you're supposed to get something from it. You're supposed to grow. Now, once you get that and once you grow, you're supposed to move on. Now, when you don't move on, when you stay in these situations where you already got what you were supposed to get, you find things starting to get a little crazy. They start to get out of whack. Things start to go left. And then you find yourself in a space to where now not only are you emotionally attached, but now you're emotionally affected because this isn't looking like how it used to look, and it's definitely not looking like how you want it to look, okay? So my message to you with this card is literally what it is. On the card, it says, truth be told, Pisces, you got to keep it real with yourself for the month of October. And keep in mind, we're in the season of change. We just started the fall. Things are going to be shifting for everybody. And what's shifting for you, Pisces, is you're going to have to pull yourself out of things that you don't need to be in. And I have the sense, I feel like I need to tell some of you that I do not like doing love readings, y'all. But when the messages come up, I got to tell you, I keep getting this pull like on my heart chakra, my heart space, like a pull, and I'm literally being pulled towards these cards, and I keep looking at your next card, which I'll talk about in a second. But my message to you with this, really quick before I go into that next card, is that if you are in a situation, meaning, or if you are in a relationship and you've been feeling like you've outgrown the relationship, you've been feeling like you're too big for that space, you've been feeling like this is not where you're supposed to be anymore, Pisces, follow your heart, follow your intuition. You are one of the most intuitive signs in the zodiac. Y'all are probably the only ones that could top us Cancers, okay? So follow what your heart and your spirit and your mind is telling you. I just get this sense that you maybe have already tried to break out of this situation, Pisces, but I said it earlier, I said you feel bad, or you're trying to prove something to yourself maybe. I don't know, Pisces. Y'all be having a lot going on. But what I do get is that there's a little bit of manipulation going on here on the other end. So if you're in a romantic situation that you've tried to get out of, but somehow you find yourself still in it, in October, you need to put your foot down and start to detach yourself, okay? Truth be told, it's not for you, okay? Now let's get into this next card, and this further confirms what I was saying. This is in your crossing position. You've got the 9 of Chalices. You've got the Knot of Isis on this card, okay? And so this symbolizes positivity, being in physical well-being and being in mental well-being, and just almost being like almost there to having like true happiness, true content, and just everything that it is that you want. It's in your crossing position. It's crossing the truth be told, okay, Pisces? So with that being said, what I'm going to give you about this message is there is a situation in your life in which you believe it's supposed to bring you happiness, it's supposed to bring you abundance, supposed to bring you, excuse me, everything that it is. Excuse me, this is not supposed to start happening until like 10 o'clock at night. I got like 7 hours. Come on. There's something in your life, Pisces, that you believe is supposed to bring in happiness. It's supposed to bring in love. It's supposed to bring in abundance. It's supposed to make you feel content. It is also possible that there is something in your life that at one point did bring these things to you, but now you may be in a space to where you're not feeling that energy no more. This is something that is an illusion. I just get the sense that there's something that you're in, Pisces, there's something that you're doing, or a person that you are attached to, and you either feel like you're supposed to be with that person, or you're trying to be in that situation. This is what you're supposed to do because it looks good, or because it did at one point, or because you feel like you can make it look good again. But this is your crossing position. This is your crossing card. Whatever this attachment is to you, Pisces, it does not serve you anymore, and you have already tried to release your hooks, so that means that the attachment is coming from the other end. And so you've got to do a little bit more work to figure out how to really detach yourself. You may have to have some tough conversations. You may have to quit some people and some things cold turkey. You might have to block some phone numbers just to stand firm in your foundations that you will have coming in here shortly. I talk about turning these cards into upright positions quite a bit in these readings, and you could turn the Nine of Chalices into an upright position, especially with the truth be told. I think you need to bring yourself out of, when you guys are not operating within your light aspects, you operate within the shadow. And when you guys are in them shadow waters, you tend to be a little confused. You're going to have to pull yourself out of the confusion of whatever this Nine of Chalices is. Whatever you think is making you happy is actually not making you happy. It's actually detrimental to your growth. So you have to keep it real with yourself. Truth be told, Pisces, you got to keep it real with yourself. What do you no longer need? No matter how good it looks, no matter how much you put in, what no longer serves you? Because you got to snip on that in October. Or you need to start snipping on that in October, okay? Next card that you've got coming up in your spread is in the position of where you need to bring in some balance, Pisces, okay? And you've got the Three of Wands here. In this Egyptian tarot, the Three of Wands has a blooming papyrus on the card, which this symbolizes coming into new spaces, coming into new growth, coming into something new that is supposed to be positive and abundant. This is a fire card. And when I read the Three of Wands, I read it as the seeds of intention. I visualize it as being able to see exactly what it is that you want and start manifesting that before you start doing it in the physical. So what you need to bring balance into, Pisces, is what do you actually want? Not what looks good, not what you've had. Because, after I've talked to you, and I say this too, people do not listen to these tarot videos. People do not get readings for answers. You guys come to us for confirmation. And I said it earlier too, you already know you don't belong in whatever you got going on, Pisces. Truth be told, you're just having a hard time keeping it real with yourself for some reason. So for you, like I said, you've got to keep it real with yourself. And I keep saying that because it's very important for you guys to understand that if you keep these thoughts of what you think is happy in your little manifestation bowls, okay, you're not going to get the Three of Wands. What you're going to get is something reminiscent of what used to make you happy, but is not really making you happy, that you're not supposed to be in. And so things are just going to continue to not flow in the way that they're supposed to flow, okay? You need to focus on what it is that you truly and honestly want, and you have to keep it real. You're going to have some tough conversations with yourself about what you need to let go of, and what you can't be factoring in people's feelings. You can't be factoring in, what the money's going to look like. You can't factor in any of that. You have to just think about, this does not serve me anymore. This is not where my heart's at. This is not where my head's at. And therefore, I need to remove my heart and my head and my energy and my physicality, and I need to see what I want to start popping off for myself here in the future, because I've gotten what I needed from here, and I just have to keep it real with myself. And that's the energy that you guys really need to be rocking with during October. Like I said earlier, when you stay in things you're not supposed to be in, things get rocky. So if you don't keep it real with yourself this month, you're going to find yourself in this same Nine of Chalices cross, illusionary energy, and you're not going to be able to manifest the things that you really need to help you live your best life, and that's not what we want. So come out of them shadow waters, Pisces, okay? Last card in your spread, Limbo, soul message. This one is this one is clear as day, but what I get is that, Pisces, there's also this feeling of you don't want to detach because you don't know what's coming next. And I'll keep it real with you. The cards are saying what's next is not coming in for you right away. After you detach yourself, you're gonna be hanging for a second. You're gonna be chilling, you're gonna be coasting, cruising for a second, just living life. But understand that this is a rest period. What I get is that whatever you're gonna be coming out of, Pisces, is something that you learned a lot about yourself from, and that you learned a lot about other people from, a lot about how things work. And that's a lot to process. And, you process it while you're in the spaces, in these places, but you got to think about these things after. It's like when you got a friend doing something in a relationship, and you on the outside looking in, and you're like, girl, you can't see that this dude is stupid. Like, you can't see the things that are going on here, and your friend is like, no, he's not doing this. And you're like, okay, all right, cool. But that's because you're on the outside looking in. It's kind of the same way when you're in these situations. You pick up on things, things as you're moving through them, but you're not really going to get everything in a big picture type of way until you're actually out of it and able to really reflect. We're in retrograde season, reflect and correct. So if you're moving out of something, Pisces, this would be the timing, because right afterwards, especially if it happens in October, you literally have the energy of these retrogrades to help you figure out what it is we're supposed to be getting from these situations. So, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but start to move away from whatever it is that you've been knowing you need to move away from. Okay, Pisces? That's your spread. I hope that found you well. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you feel like you want your own personal reading, I talked about love a lot in this reading. I do offer relationship readings, which you can find on my Etsy. I do also offer some readings in which we can get some insight into what's coming in for you. I've got a few general readings on there as well. That's all I got for you guys. October is going to be a month for you. I don't get that it's going to be very hectic, but it is definitely going to be a month in which you're going to be doing a lot of thinking. So I'm sending you positive vibes, and I'm also sending you the motivation to make moves on and out of what you need to move on out of. Okay, Pisces? All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.